coming to you live from the Stutzman Sports Complex right next to the Kenny Wiest Band Camp for brass instruments only, where we have, let's see, what have we done tonight? We have secured the old lady's house on the hill. We made sure that was fine. We have made sure children are taken care of. The rain has subsided for now, and the first game of the women's Final Four is over. So we will be getting into some drama for that. Kenny?
Welcome. Thank you all for joining us for Sports Allegedly. Sean, am I right? As he said before, I'm Kenny. Thanks for joining us this
you flagged
evening.
to our left?
What?
I just said, you flagged to our
left. So we got a lot to talk about tonight. Obviously going to get into Final Four men's basketball. We're going to talk about Tulsa basketball, OU basketball. They're still in the tournaments. Obviously, we're going to talk about some coaching changes with the NCAA. The president dabbling in some sports today, or was it announced yesterday? I couldn't remember.
It's sometime.
So
we have some rules.
Which
there was a lot that went on this week in sports rules.
But we want to talk about first, and probably first time ever. And I must say, I hate to toot my own horn.
Oh, he's tooting. He's tooting.
That I did predict, as many of you around the country did in your brackets, if you filled one out, that we did predict here at Sports Allegedly all one seeds would make the women's Final Four. So we opened, obviously, tonight, undefeated UConn, generally ranked number one all year.
Yeah.
South Carolina, 3-loss team coming in, the other one seed on the bracket. Final, we just finished the game, 62-48. And it got a little heat at the end. We're going to try to play something because we just started. This just
came up.
We missed the whole shenanigans. We saw the handshake or the score, and we split.
Gino, we hold on. We didn't just split.
Well, we moved away from the TV.
We saw the final, and we turned on Bugs Life. We watched a little in the beginning, and then we split.
And by the way, that's a really great movie.
It's a great movie.
If your kids are older and you haven't watched Bugs Life in a minute, watch it. It's worth the watch. All right, we're going to try to play this. You might get a little bit of a commercial, so we apologize because we haven't played it.
This is a confrontation between Gino Ariema,
It's Ariema.
and Dawn Staley.
Hey, good job on that one. You got that one right.
Well, yeah. I root for her all the time. She's a great coach. They have heated words at the end of the game. So there's going to be a commercial. I'm going to try to kill that commercial.
And credit to ESPN. We're getting the feed off
this is on ESPN.
It just popped up.
It is going to commercial first, unfortunately, and I can't skip.
Maybe it'll be commercial free.
No, I don't pay for unlimited.
Oh, it's a Mazda.
Never mind. We're gonna mute it.
Yeah, there we go. So Mazda, we're giving credit for little Mazda Sport Utility. Didn't know Mazda was still in business. Cool.
Next game up.
Here we go.
Is you ready?
Yes. Okay. Into the game tonight in Phoenix. Something
the
was said.
officials will hold the players now. Dawn and Gino getting into it a little bit on the sideline as Gino has to be held back.
Now Gino comes back to say something. We're yelling at each other.
No, I think he went the wrong direction. I think the exit's that way.
Such a compelling one.
I can't wait for this one to come out.
God, I love this.
Words at center court.
So you know
he is such a smug ass, though. I used to really root for him. You realize
why he's so smug is because they just went undefeated and then ended up against a 3-loss South Carolina team that they more than likely believed that they were going to win against. You remember because they were up as many as 10 and then would come back. Now, granted, final score is 62-48, but they, at one point, South Carolina had been up by 10 and UConn had come back. This was a rubber band match there for the first
back and forth,
three and a half quarters, I would say, three and a quarter quarters.
Three.
A lot of quarters going on. Anybody want some quarters? Pool tournament.
So, obviously got heated. And obviously they're two passionate coaches. Obviously, UConn's got two of the most craziest as far as out there and in anybody's face. And we'll talk about that. We wanted to talk a little bit about the controversy with UConn after the Duke game with the referee. because I can go on a little bit of rant about that, about the bullshit that the media is trying to continue to make up. I was looking to see, Sean, what was I know OU beat South Carolina women. Who was the other two losses to?
Oh, I just go right here.
You got it? All right.
Well,
we're going to check and see what those other two losses. I was going to check that before, but I knew Oklahoma was one.
Oklahoma was one in overtime.
And I thought, well, did UConn and them play in a non-con
Texas by 2.
Now, Texas is on the other side. That game's getting ready to kick off against UCLA.
Correct. But Texas beat them by 2.
Okay.
In the regular season. They beat them, and then South Carolina beat them 68-65 in the second meeting. OU had beat them.
Oh, yeah.
And they lost to Texas in the tournament.
Twice.
Yes.
Interesting.
78-61, and that was during the SEC women's tournament.
Texas is so good, women. I mean, I would be surprised if UCLA. I mean, UCLA's good
UCLA is coming into this game as a one-loss UCLA.
You want to go to that, Sean? Do you want to go to that next interview and see if she asks anything about that? If she's got.
Okay, so this is Dawn Staley reacts to the tense interaction between her and Gino Aramea.
Flip up a little bit. So, yeah.
What?
Ariema.
All right,
we're going to flip to that and see if we got anything.
Might have to another commercial.
The best days.
Yeah, we can go ahead and mute the commercials because here at Sports Allegedly,
Texas,
we hate commercials.
So UCLA, Texas tip off. They've probably already tipped off right now. Yeah, 2-2, already started.
Yeah. And that is a one-loss UCLA team that came out of the Big Ten. Remember now, they're not Pac-12 anymore; they are Big Ten.
And we're going to talk. I'll go find.
So that is.
I'm going to go find.
That is a heavy conference to come out of for women as well.
Yes, find their one loss. Let's see what it is.
Please don't say it's Rutgers.
looking.
Is this early in the season?
It must have been. Because I mean, there's ranked.
They beat
killed
Duke,
killed Tennessee. Texas.
Oh no!
Wow, that was
shoot,
and they beat it by 11.
Shoot,
so,
poop, shoot,
yep, sorry,
we
you can tell she's heated still. So here we go. Here's the interview with Dawn after the game.
Sideline right now. I have no idea, but I'm gonna let you know this. I'm of integrity. So if I did something wrong to Gino, I had no idea what I did. I guess he thought I didn't shake his hand at the beginning of the game. I didn't know. I went down there pregame, shook everybody on his staff's hand. I don't know what he came with after the game, but hey, sometimes things get heated. We move on.
Okay, let's get to your team because that was a dominant performance. How did they come out with such suffocating defense and set the tone in this game?
All right, well, there it is. So maybe he didn't get a handshake like he hoped for. Wow, what a freaking...
I do the same thing. I get very heated at Kenny when I come in, and I don't get a handshake or a kiss.
Or a high five or a knuckle or anything. Everybody's got to acknowledge that Sean is in the house.
Well, yeah, that's true.
I mean, the dog usually does that for you as well.
That's anywhere I go. You acknowledge that I'm at the bar. You acknowledge that I'm in the convenience store.
So definitely the dog has got that covered for you. All right, so we'll talk a little bit as we close this podcast. We'll give you an update on Texas, UCLA. I've got Texas predicted to win that one.
I'm taking UCLA for that.
Are you? And then are you going to take Gamecock? I'm taking the
Gamecocks.
Both.
I'm taking the Gamecocks.
Yeah, I think they're
going to.
I think they're going to beat Texas in
like I said, I like this team. I like this. I just like Dawn Staley as a coach. And what was it last year or 2 years when she faced UCLA or LSU
with Miss Mulkey?
Yeah, with Mulkey, and that got heated as well, I believe.
Well, anyone could get heated with Mulkey. We need to watch some old games, Kim versus Gino. That's probably some dandy stuff there too. When the old Baylor, when she was at Baylor, and they were so good, and I'm sure they've met up. But wow, what are we in? We're 9 minutes in. We talk women's basketball. Hey, thank you everyone for joining us for the women's version of the basketball.
It's totally fine. I mean, they deserve their due.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not gonna be talking WNBA.
Exactly. Except they.
By the way, Connecticut, you lost your team back to Houston.
Except they. I say they deserve their due. Potentially this could be a sign of nil now, and what you could be seeing in the men's basketball.
This might be Kenny's.
Well, no, I mean, because you got the big programs, you got the big money. Hey, there they are. Now, with basketball, how many, you looked at the Sweet 16, who was the lowest seed this year? I think it was like Virginia. Was that the lowest? Not Virginia. I'm sorry, Tennessee. Was they the lowest? Okay, because they
for
beat
the men's, yes.
They beat Virginia. Yeah, we're talking about men's now.
Yeah, for the men's.
So
they came in at number 6.
And what I talked about is
and they were my surprise. We want to move over to the men's.
Well, yeah, that's what
I was going to ask.
That was my segue, bitch.
Oh, that was. I thought it was your rant.
No.
So
well,
I was
kind
gonna,
of semi-ranting, but
yeah,
not really.
I wanted to ask you, what was your biggest surprise team, and what was the team that you believe could make it deep,
that didn't, or
did that you thought coming out of at least the Sweet 16
that didn't do anything,
that did make it out of the Sweet 16 and is deep.
So well, I mean,
but not a number one.
Obviously, Connecticut, Illinois is the biggest surprise. And Connecticut too. I mean, both sides over there. Connecticut has some age on them, which helps them, but they ain't got near the talent that they'd had. Even though some of the guys had played on their previous national championship team, right. They ain't got the talent that they had in the past. Illinois, who got, I think, steamrolled, if I'm not mistaken, by who was it in the Big Ten? Was it Duke? No, let's see. No, not Duke. No, hold on. I'm trying to think who beat them horribly in.
Might have been Ohio State.
Illinois. Excuse me.
Nebraska, Iowa. I mean, they.
Yeah, so we'll get to that. But no, they're the biggest surprise. I didn't know he was going to throw that one at me. But I think that was my biggest surprise.
My biggest surprise was Tennessee making it far as they
Tennessee
did.
Sweet 16, fine. I was also surprised at Nebraska. Nebraska making it to the Sweet 16 was huge. If you remember, they had kind of struggled towards the end of the year. Wasn't playing their best.
Correct. And this year was their very first tournament win.
Wasn't playing their best basketball. But you look at it was Michigan that killed Illinois. That's who I was trying to think of. Right. So 84-70 in February, and then and you got some random losses. Wisconsin was in the Big Ten tournament in overtime. That's great. I think they shot threes like crazy in that game. So I really wasn't worried. Watching them in the tournament. I honestly think the tournament don't mean shit, except it's for a money thing.
Illinois for me was that team that I figured could win. They were always a 50-50.
Nebraska beat them once before.
Right. So Illinois was always a 50-50 for me. It was always a coin flip, but putting them against who I was going to put them against. And now, Tennessee was the biggest surprise to make it as deep as they did, because I don't know if you saw, they were getting beat. They didn't look like they were coming in strong. They didn't look like they even wanted to be there.
Sure. Well, there was a tournament game early in the year at Madison Square Garden. Connecticut beat Illinois already.
Right.
74-61.
Right.
And that was only 8 games in to the season. And you look at field goal percentage. Illinois was in the 30 percentile. 3-point was 20. They just didn't do.
The thing about Illinois is they were either on or off. That was the whole point with them. They were either on or off.
Well, and Brad Underwood.
They had the talent. They've had the talent because was Underwood the coach that took over after Self left, or was there?
No, that was no. Bruce Weber took after Self. Okay. Remember, and Bruce got fired, went to Kansas State. He was the white-haired coach.
Yes.
Brad, I believe, followed Bruce. And he left Oklahoma State, and only after 1 year. And all he wanted was a little more money because I think they made the tournament or they turned it around or whatever. And, of course, Holder's like, you know why? Because you'd already given the whole farm to Travis Ford after 1 good year, and you were paranoid about the backlash you were going to get.
At OSU?
Yes.
You got to remember that they were still trying to build that football team to do something.
Yeah, but they had some money for basketball.
I know, and basketball and baseball has been their bread and butter.
But he goofed. He goofed by he shot over the moon with Travis Ford. And I'm not saying Travis Ford's a horrible coach.
No,
they had some okay years.
And I don't believe that we're actually, at this point trying to knock on Oklahoma State. If their football team, yes, but as for their other sports, they are very good at baseball and basketball.
Nope, great.
But recently they've been on a downswing. Do you think Holiday's going to stay as the coach for baseball?
where's he going to go unless he goes to the
But who are they
MLB?
going to hire? Blah, blah, blah.
That's the deal. That was kind of the Porter Mosier deal. It's like, why don't you, instead of buying him out, why don't you take that money you're going to ask all these boosters for, give it to players to get in this program.
Stay with the program.
Yeah, or get new ones.
Because we had, I was looking at one of your screens that you had up the other day, and you had a guy in the top 5, I believe, for 3-point shooting.
Oh, this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they've got some players.
You were looking at the Iowa State guy.
I mean, you got to look at how many blown games Oklahoma really had. And Sean, you talked about it. All we needed was 1 or 2 wins that were that 50-50 game.
That quad one win.
Yeah, that would have been them.
Boston,
in the
Mississippi
tournament.
State was one of the worst that we took, but that was a
bad
win
one.
that would have been counted as a quad one win.
And it actually, we were punished more for the loss than we would have been for the win. So, but no, I think as far as the underdog, Tennessee was fun. Illinois has been great because I love Underwood. They're sitting there with 8 losses.
Tennessee was great to root for because you looked at them and you're like, oh, you guys finally care.
Yeah, well, and Rick Barnes.
You've made it this far.
Everybody gives Rick Barnes shit because he's a coach that can't ever get his teams anywhere. But I was talking about the money portion when we kind of segued into this. Is there's no Cinderellas this year really? Nebraska was a fun story in the Sweet 16.
See, I don't consider
a
quad one.
No, it was only fun because they had never won.
But I don't consider a quad one as a Cinderella.
No
matter how.
No, that was more of maybe sentimental's the better word to use.
Yeah, I consider all the other teams. St. John would have been the closest that we had, but I think
but they're money.
Aren't they considered quad one?
That's Patino, yeah.
Because they're in the Big East.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. Sure. I don't know that we really had any. Do you see anybody on there that would have
South Florida? They didn't do anything.
Their coach VCU,
left. Arkansas was my bigger disappointment again, but they played Arizona, and Arizona. I mean, they did make the Sweet 16, or did they make the Elite 8?
No, Arkansas.
Arkansas. Who beat? Is this the 8 right here? Yes.
That's not even the proper.
No, this is your picks. I know, I get it. Yes, they beat. No, it was Sweet 16. So, yeah, they just made it. They didn't make it out of Sweet 16.
Yeah,
but I thought
because
they played Purdue. Sorry, right. Arizona did. Yes, and St. John's give Duke a shot and played them hard. I never really thought Michigan State was going to do anything. Texas, that was a big surprise. I forgot about Texas. They almost beat Purdue. I thought that was a good surprise. Love Sean Miller. Hate Texas. Right. Love Sean Miller. Love that. Hated the coaching hire for them because I was like, damn it, that's actually a good coach.
Well, and then their ex-coach is doing very well.
Yeah, not this year, but has.
I mean, he did better.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk a little bit about the Duke-UConn game before we get to
Duke-UConn.
Yeah, last week's.
Oh, yeah.
Still talking to me. Yes.
Yes. So as we were talking, I was watching the game up to the point that I thought it was over. I was at work watching the game. I had to go do some stuff. I had stepped away from the game. I come back to a text message from Kenny. Game was over. I didn't see the final score, and I got a text message from Kenny saying, "Oh my God, what an ending!" And I was like, what is he talking about? Because Duke was killing UConn.
19-point lead.
And I go look it up, and UConn wins by 2, 3. What was it, 2?
Oh, I didn't. Yeah, 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, one.
One. And I had no idea, and I had to go back and look at everything, and I'm like, wow, how did this happen? How did me going to work, having to do something, coming back to watch, to look up everything, and Duke being knocked out?
So my story was watching the first half, bored out of my mind, and I'm thinking, damn it,
run away.
This is how this game's going to go. And I really thought UConn would at least keep it close.
Can we play Runaway Train?
So,
Runaway Train never coming
15
down.
Duke's the first.
On a one-way track.
Duke's the first team, number one, to lose in history by leading at least 15 points at halftime.
I will say I always love when history's made.
I do too. And there's a lot of that, not like Cinderella, but there's
a lot this year. Nebraska wins.
So 19-point rally.
UConn does a comeback.
UConn at one time was down by 19 points.
Houston does a Houston in Houston.
God. And we'll talk about that in a minute. That was a disappointment for me and Kelvin Sand. But anyway, you look at UConn.
Like I said, Illinois is that 50-50 team.
I'm traveling in the truck, listening to the game, and I'm on the radio, so I'm thinking, man, you just hear everything, and you hear the commentators. You just get this feeling, and you're not even watching it, but you just feel like, and that's a hard job for radio announcers to do, is they got to make you feel like you're there because your eyeballs
got to paint a picture.
Yes.
And give
so I'm sitting there, and I just
like
keep,
we do every week.
I just keep thinking, Duke is going to blow this. They're giving UConn just all these little teensy tiny little opportunities just to give. And if you look at statistically, pull that up, Sean, in that game. Statistically, if you look, UConn shot like shit from three. In the second half, they were cheering the UConn players for just making one, because I think that they were 0 for whatever. I mean, their percentage was just horrific when it came to them. Sorry, well, it would have been. Yeah.
For some reason, I went back like 2 weeks.
So, just shooting horribly, and then every little thing, you're just watching, or I'm listening. And I'm thinking, okay, well, they've got it close now. So get home, run in, watch the last 3 or 4 minutes. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, okay, now they're up. Now they're not. Now they're up. Now they're not. And
UConn won with a 22% 3-point.
That's what I'm saying.
And a 42% field goal
44.
over
44.
44.
And 71% free throw.
Here's your stat: 13 turnovers.
And I think they had. I don't know if that will break that down, Sean, but I guarantee out of them 13 turnovers, I promise you, most of those were in the second half.
Oh, they would have had to have been.
But the field goal percentage was watching Connecticut. They just couldn't hit nothing. And then for them to turn around, so I'm watching the end of the game.
So what does that tell you about Duke shooting in the first half versus Duke shooting in the second half?
What?
What does that tell you about Duke shooting in first half versus Duke shooting second half?
Well, I think mainly it was the turnovers and just, the moment got to them. So you're watching this game, and then you see Hurley. I think at the end of the game he was saying, foul somebody. And the players didn't because they couldn't get to it. And then that's when you have Boozer, who's got 2 guys beat the press. It was run perfectly, the setup for Duke. The player just choked. It is what it is. He's a young kid. He just choked. And he's the lesser of the Boozer. So all he had to do was turn around or face the ball. So he panics, tries to throw it over. There's the tip. Mm-hmm. He gets it, and he makes a pass. And I'm screaming at the TV, don't shoot it yet. You've got time. And he shot it early.
Far.
And I did. I thought, oh, God, he took a big one. He could have took another step and would have had time to do any.
So I mean, we're looking at the breakdown of all this, and you've got the fast break points of UConn got 20 or 12, and Duke got 8.
But look at the points off turnovers.
Hold on. Points in the paint. UConn with 36, Duke with 34.
A little surprising that Duke
but
didn't lead that.
Here's where it gets weird, is off the points off total turnovers, UConn gets 20, Duke only got 7.
Correct.
So,
well, because Connecticut only had 5.
There's your second half swing.
They only had 5 turnovers, and there's where I talk about the older age of these teams. Some of these guys that have been around a while. But the craziness about that is it was a tale of first halves, or each half. Halftime 44-29.
Kenny, it's always a tale of two
No, listen,
halves.
but no, the points. And then the second half, 44-28. There's only 1 point difference, and that was the win. So they were both almost identical on how they performed at the end. Now, to me, there's nothing wrong with.
And ladies and gentlemen, it's always important on how you perform at the end.
But that's where you win the game. you if you're in it to win it, you've got to go to the end. You've really got to go. You
go.
Now,
deep.
Are you trying to be like?
And you go,
are you trying to be like the guy that was on the TV and all the innuendos that he? Did you catch that?
No, I didn't.
Oh, what's the guy's name with Barkley? And he's the guy that's on Good Morning America or something, or on CBS.
Michael Strahan?
Nate. No, it's the other guy.
Nate Dogg?
Not Bergossi.
Burleson?
No. Yeah, is that who it is? Is that who?
The old defensive back?
No, it's not
Burleson.
Burleson. No.
They might still be playing. I don't remember.
No, I can't remember. I can't remember his name. But he made a joke about
Go
length
ahead.
and longevity. I'm like, dude, would you stop?
God, who was that?
He replaced Bryant Gumbel.
He did.
Definitely missed that guy. Definitely R.I.P. to that dude.
Well, I just missed the Gumbles, both of them.
But I miss, Greg was, Final Four or March Madness. You hear that voice and that music and you're like, I'm ready just to watch some TV. Okay, all right.
You want to recap
On the other
games?
side,
the blowout of Michigan, Tennessee. As I said, Tennessee was my biggest surprise to be as deep as they were, as far as they got. Because you watch them in the season. Didn't they get knocked out in the first round of the SEC tournament as well? Didn't Vandy beat them?
who?
Tennessee.
I don't remember where they went out then. No.
I think they were like a first round out or something weird.
Anyway,
Anyways, you got guys that come in looking like they don't want to be there.
Now I had Houston,
and then they start winning.
I filled that two brackets. I had Houston winning it in one, and then I had Arizona win it in the other one, and I had Arizona beating Michigan because I love the way Michigan plays. That's going to be a fun ass game.
Dusty May has all transfers,
and he's not going to Carolina. We'll get into that chatter in a minute about coaching, but with Arizona, which Tommy Lloyd signed an extension today. Bumps his salary up to like $7.5 million or mid sevens. He was making $5 million. That's a good,
And you paid the staff,
and then got a stat bonus. But I would you now? Obviously, Carolina's going to throw a lot of money at anybody. And I'll tell you, my coaches, I think they should hire, and they won't. But when we get to it, but
they've already been told by certain.
Oh, they're going to listen, but they're going to listen to this show tonight and really hire the guy. I think I'm going to give them two options.
Kenny Weast.
And yes, and this is the guy that they'll win. And they're not sexy hires, and that's probably why they won't do it, because they're so damn these big program teams. I give credit.
Are we looking for sexy hires anymore?
I think North Carolina.
Just looking for guys.
No, I think you fire a guy with the winning percentage that Hubert Davis has. I think you got to make a splash, and I think they've splashed out. That's the problem.
Oh, well,
and now you've got this weird
with
Bubba Cunningham not done till July 1.
With
AD.
Hold on.
Then you
with
got Markham
nuts going to Providence over the UNC.
Well, he probably jumped the gun on that one. He could have maybe got the UNC job.
From what I've heard, he didn't want to deal with it.
Well, he didn't. It wasn't open yet.
No, but
it wasn't open. I think he could have, and he says that now. He's at Providence. I'd say the same thing. I wouldn't have taken my new job and went, well, if that was open, I might have looked at it.
What are you worried about? You worried about the Italians from Providence?
No,
the Irish.
That's a good job, and I think they're going to spend a lot of money on that. I don't know if that coach is the great hire. He's had 3 years, 2 at Arkansas State and 1 at South Florida. I'm not so sure he's the chosen one. But
everybody's chosen.
But no, so getting back to that, you fire Hubert Davis, who – would you pull up his winning percentage, Sean? I was going to talk about that because I want to talk about –
Oh, I thought we were going to jump, but you jumped at that.
No, we're going to talk we'll make our picks here in a minute. We'll do that last.
Well, we didn't even – Iowa got beat.
Do what?
Iowa got beat by Illinois. And
I don't want to go through all that bullshit. Everybody's seen that.
No. Arizona took out number 2 Purdue. And then I got to get back over to the other games for the Final Four. And then I got to go here to Hubie Davis.
Yeah, I want to see what – I've looked at it and I just can't remember. I don't want to give anybody false information.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
You do it all the time. You're Kenny Weast.
But I'm going to talk about my
oh, my God, he was with the Knicks.
My 2 coaches they should hire in a freaking heartbeat. But
all right, here we go. Is this your winning percentage of career .498?
Yeah, what's he got?
Player? No.
Yeah, that's his. It's when he was playing. That's his field goal percentage. Cool. Let's go to his coaching.
I thought that was coaching. My God, did I not go? Oh God, I didn't go far enough.
Apparently not.
I never go far enough. Trust me.
Okay, so Hubert Davis has got an almost 700. winning percentage. Now, we talked about this last week. His best player, the Wilson kid's out, got hurt. He's 694 in the conference. The ACC's not easy. He went to the Sweet 16 2 years ago, was first in the conference. Yes, he's had a couple of boo-boos, you know.
What happened to that 22?
His first year, he made the national championship.
He was runner-up.
Yeah.
But what happened in 22-23? Did he lose most of those players that came off?
Oh, must have. Or it could have been an upset. That shit happens in the tournament. I don't know who he lost to. But
I mean, he went out in the Sweet 16, and you're the conference tournament champion for the ACC.
That's what I'm saying. He might have just had an upset. It was probably a high seed. Probably something they're using against him as well. But anyway, so you fire him, so you got to make a splash, and you went after Tommy Lloyd, who just re-signed, we talked about. You're going to try to get Dusty May. He's not leaving Michigan. There's no reason to leave Michigan. He's in the Final Four. Do we need wheels on that? He's in
the slides.
Yeah, he's in the Final Four. So what I want to talk about is two options that I would like to see, or if I was and I told you the AD, you've got this dual, you've got this dual working thing with Bubba Cunningham and this Shermer, I don't remember who he is. He's the new guy. I didn't even pay attention because he was the one that really pushed Bill Belichick. Now, if you're a North Carolina fan at all in sports and you think Bill Belichick was a good hire for your football team, you're nuts. It's not going to work out. It's like Bill Belichick and friends and family. It's like he's on his own phone plan, and that's all his coaches. So you talk about two coaches that I'd like to see get hired, and I know they're not going to, and that's fair. But I think that they're guys that continuously win where they're at. They're affordable, and I think that job is a huge uptick from where they're at. Now, the first one I'm going to tell you, you're going to say, whatever. It's not an uptick. It is. It is. I think Mick Cronin would be one of my calls. Coach at UCLA, former coach, Cincinnati, coached a little bit at Murray State, obviously won there, got the Cincinnati job. He was 296 and 147 at Cincinnati. Now, Cincinnati was a great program, obviously built by Huggins. And so, but you're looking at division, I'm looking at him when he's at Cincinnati, excuse me, his last 8 years, he was in the tournament, okay? And then the NIT before that. Now, Sweet 16 was his best finish there. Excuse me. So then he gets hired at UCLA in 2019. 19-12 his first year. Second year, 22-10, made the Final Four. 27-8, Sweet 16, 31-6, Sweet 16, and then 23-24 sucked, 16-17. They moved to the Big Ten Conference, 23-11, made 32, the round of 32. This year, 24-32. Now, Mick Cronin has also, in different media establishments or outlets, has mentioned that UCLA hasn't got the money, and I think we all know. You can look at the history of their basketball program, UCLA, but that don't buy into that anymore. The wooden thing, that's over.
No, they don't have money in.
They don't.
In the school
they don't. They don't have
that
any.
That goes into football as well.
They don't. It's just I think it's a bad sport.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, try not to do a liquid diet and have a couple beers.
So, Mick Cronin would be my first, and my second choice to call, and this is the one that they won't even touch because is Ben McCollum, the Iowa coach. Now, let's talk a little bit about Ben. 24-13 this year. He made the Elite Eight. I am not basing that hire on this year alone. But I do want to talk about the 1 year at Drake, 31-4. I want to talk about his 8-13 winning percentage at Northwest Missouri State. Now. I know that's Division II. I get it. But he wins. You only play what you're competing against. So you look at Division II, the tournament, I'm going to go his last 12 years. He's always made the tournament, and he won 4 national championships. Hire the guy.
National champion. Division II?
For Division II, yeah. Northwest Missouri State.
I mean, he seems like he's a very good program builder. What is his worst season?
But I don't
is
think...
is his worst season 2012, 2013? When no.
No, it's
So
when
his
he
first,
started.
Yeah, his first season, 12 and 15.
When he started, yeah. So, you got to... And Mick Cronin, he's a little brash. They're probably not going to like that at North Carolina. But those two guys...
I don't think that they would care if the guy's carrying it.
Well, no, I'm not talking about Ben. Ben's quiet. He'd be perfect for them.
Oh.
I'm talking about Mick Cronin from UCLA, the other guy. I got two guys. Those are my two choices. Hire those two guys and make them the coach. Quit looking at the St. Louis coach shirts. That's great. He's taking St. Louis. Cool. Fred Hoiberg from Nebraska is not going to take it.
Okay, Hoiberg.
So yeah.
You saw those,
yeah. He's not going to take it.
Because you know that they're trying to get...
And then I say, maybe he would take it. But he's so Midwest to me. You know, he did so well at Iowa State.
Well, and also Iowa State's coach.
I think he's the fallback. I thought he might be, and I talked about this, Sean. I predicted it would be him in the original. He's been out of the tournament. T.J. Alsenberger. He's been out of the tournament for a while. He should have already been hired if that was their first choice. He's not. I really think he's going to be.
Now, here's the deal. College basketball, I don't know how they work, but can you not talk to a guy? I know in football you can't really talk to the coach till at the end of their season.
Yeah, but you got agents. I mean,
you have agents.
You guys can come talk to our agents.
You have agents, and you have the ability.
Jay Neal Weiss. It's our current agent. Give him a call.
And you have the ability to put it out there.
Correct. But that's legal. You can do that, yes.
And you can let them know that you're looking at them, but I don't know if they're waiting on somebody in the tournament currently to talk to until that game is done.
But you got Fred Hoiberg. His winning percentage is 673.
I get it.
TJ's 696. But you worry about the Neal. I mean, you look at Iowa State. Their coach is left. Done. Football. Women. Their mass accidents.
He took one of the hardest jobs. You know, he's going to go through scrutiny even in his first year.
Who?
The coach.
Which one?
Football, Penn State.
Campbell.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Campbell.
You think so?
Yes.
I think he's going to get a freebie first year.
No, he's going to be scrutinized. Penn State is now because you have seen the coaches that come in and just start winning.
Well,
that has been a what is the word I'm looking for? Like a stickler, like a point that these blue bloods want coaches that come in and just immediately start winning.
I think Penn State's going to be
even if you don't go all the way. They want.
I think he's
going to
be. I think he's going to be a freebie year one. All he needs is one good win. You know, don't have bad losses or something. A Michigan, or I haven't looked at their schedule or whatever. But I was talking about Iowa State. I did notice back to women real quick. I'm going back to Audie. I had to remember her first name. Audie Crooks, the junior center. She's kind of.
Is she leaving?
She did from Iowa State. Now this is
she's really good. I mean, she's a
very
very big girl, but she's also very good.
Yeah.
She kept them in a lot of games.
According to USA Today, speculation.
Can Oklahoma handle that much?
Well, Reagan Beers is leaving. The center we got now.
She's leaving.
Yeah, she's graduated.
Okay. I thought she still had another year.
Now, can Elia Chavez, who was the ESPN Rookie of the Year, Argyle from OU, can she handle being second fiddle? Because Audie's going to want the ball.
I know.
But we got Oklahoma.
Hold on. My thing was I'm trying to imagine Beers and her together. And just thinking about how
Beers is out.
No, but just think about how
the Twin Towers.
Yeah, just set them in the post and be like, "Come on."
Yeah. Well, it kind of reminds you of and OU needs some center help. That's what killed them this year. Yeah. You know, you look at South Carolina kicking their ass because the bigs. I mean, you got to. Other options: Notre Dame, Maryland,
those girls
Iowa. Obviously, I don't think she'll go to Iowa. That'd be a tacky ass move.
Iowa's only thing is Caitlin Clark, and that's why they're still relevant.
But they had a pretty good year this year.
They did,
but
you got to think she's 2 years.
And they're building that brand. And Iowa's different.
They are.
You know that. I mean, they don't have any pro teams.
A lot of corn.
No, but they don't have any pro teams. So that's the thing. Kind of like Nebraska. That's what carried Nebraska football for so long. Is they were the show, and they still pull 100,000 people at that stadium every time they you know,
it's the same as going to Arkansas, same as OU. I mean,
not OU. See, that's different. OU is not a sports. I totally disagree. Football, yes, but anything else, no. But those Iowa State, well, softball now, but we're not a heavy sports.
We were heavy sports in the 80s for basketball.
For a couple of years, we were good with Blake. We were good with Blake and Trey and all them. They couldn't fill the stadium when Kelvin was there.
And I know
still had empty seats.
I know everybody loves baseball, but no, I was just talking about the football team.
Oh, well, yeah, football, of course.
Yeah, I thought you were just talking about.
I'm talking about general sports. It's kind of the thing to do.
You look at everybody that goes to all the gymnastics meets.
Agreed. Volleyball for
Nebraska.
Yeah. So wrestling for.
Oklahoma State.
Yes.
Wrestling. Well, I don't even know where OU finished. OU wrestling.
They should drop that. They need a good.
I think we still have equestrian as well.
I'm talking about just wrestling.
Hey, you know what? They're trying to bring in ladies flag football, and I think Tulsa could do that and get their baseball team back.
Mick Cronin, Ben McCollum, make it happen. And when they're hired next week, we're taking credit for it.
All right, so now we're going to go to Illinois versus UConn. This is going to be a rubber band match. I think both games are rubber band matches. I don't
think Michigan beat or played Arizona yet.
No.
You're just talking about bouncing back and forth, almost like a volleyball or like a.
Well, just the game itself.
Like pong.
Any team's
like
going to be
pong.
up and down. And how often do you see the number 3 versus the number 2?
Do you find the over/under on Illinois a little high, that game? I see that one being a little lower. And
better defenses.
And I see the Michigan one being higher.
You think it should be 168, 174?
I don't know. That's 157 is a kind of toughie. But both are 1.5 point spreads. Illinois is the favorite over Connecticut.
Weird.
Connecticut's already won.
I know, but how weird is it that both are just 1.5 point spreads? Weren't we last week looking at 3.5, 5.5?
Here's my concern.
Uh-oh. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Kenny's Concern Hour.
I believe the late game is the true national championship game. It is my concern.
I do too.
Because I'm afraid that whoever they play...
Unless it's Arizona that gets in, and I can see Arizona blowing it.
Nah, you're going to have to muddy up them. But their guard play is so good. They play such good defense and offense. And that's what Sean, that was my question about coaching. As we're talking about Arizona and Michigan, we're talking about Dusty May, talking about Carolina. We're talking about Lloyd from Arizona going to North Carolina. Why would you leave any of those four jobs for North Carolina? Now, don't say there's one I would.
Illinois.
Not me. I would leave Connecticut. But Illinois' got Chicago. That should be the mecca of basketball. We were just talking, Sean, that the Bulls fans have the shittiest team. They sell them out every year.
But they're in Champaign. Illinois is in Champaign.
It doesn't matter. It's still it's close. Your recruiting is close.
Here's the issue with UConn. Their money only goes into the men's and women's basketball.
Oh, that's a positive, yes.
That's why they're not going to. That's why I can see the coach leaving. The Illinois coach, I could see him leaving to take the UNC. Because Illinois' money is all over the place. It's basketball, baseball, football. I don't remember if they do wrestling. I think
2-hour drive from Champaign to Illinois, by the way.
Yeah, but still, it's too far.
No, that's your recruiting base. Because you go because of Chicago being south.
Do you remember when the Bears had to play in Champaign?
Where's that line?
Do you remember when the Bears had to play in Champaign?
Missouri's lucky because they're that close.
Yeah. The Bears fans hated to have to drive to Champaign.
Well, yeah, I would hate to have to drive 2 hours too for a game.
Then they're talking about moving to Indiana.
Well, yeah, but
it's just 2 hours away.
Well, that's y'all's ownership's idiocracy.
No, it's
not the fans choosing that.
No, that is not the owners. That is the state and the city. That's the government. The government, yeah. Remember, they're still
money,
they're still
money. And that's why
they're still.
And that's why
I don't want to get
it's not. I know, but it's not.
Indiana is offering them the breaks that they need. They're not giving them a complete break.
And Sean, you kind of want to get into that party talk for just a smidge. We used to be. Let me back up. That party used to be the ones of gifts, of giving, and they've kind of turned it because they're in shambles everywhere else, they can't look like they're giving someone a freebie.
Right.
Like a free one in Unforgiven.
But what the Bears are asking for is not a break for the Bears. They're asking for a break for the people that are working for the Bears, the guys that are building the stadium. They're like, you can charge us all you want. We just want the contractors to have a break. And that's what Indiana's willing to give. But not a complete break, because it comes back in a weird bill that they pass and say, okay, well, the Bears will be paying that back.
Late spring, early summer should be the decision.
Right. And I know that they do have more people stumping for that. I don't know how we got on this. Who you got?
Arlington Heights. How far is that from?
It's right. It's right over.
Right by Chicago.
Yeah, it's in Chicago.
And then Hammond, Indiana.
Right.
Yeah.
Arlington Heights is the old racetrack.
And the Bears already own it.
They already own it.
They already own it. There you go. And
they want to turn it into a business district.
Ooh.
They want to put the stadium.
This is something new that I've never heard of.
What?
Since I'm in city government too. A pilot program.
Uh-oh.
Payment in lieu of taxes. Interesting.
Right.
Wonder if that's like our TIFs around here. I'll have to look at that. Anyway, back to that game.
And now we're in city.
No, but back to the Final Four. I'm a little concerned that the night game is the championship.
Who do you want, and who do you believe is going to win?
Who do I want? I want Arizona versus Illinois, and I want Illinois to win it because was really fond of Underwood and how he coaches. He's old school. You look at his history, all the D1 schools. He talks about, I'm just happy to be here. My kids have worked their ass off. We worked hard. Thanking his wife for raising his kids practically because he said, I'm driving across Kansas for D2-3 stuff.
I know. We played that.
And there's no golden spoon for that guy.
Exactly.
I'm rooting for him to win. Reality, I've got Michigan versus Illinois rematch, and Michigan beats them by double digits.
So what I want is Illinois-Michigan, but what I'm believing is Arizona-UConn.
Oh, okay. So totally different.
Yeah, we're totally opposite on it.
Let me write that down. So I had...
You wanted UConn-Arizona.
Yes, I wanted.
But you believe
and I like
Michigan-Illinois.
I like that. I like Tommy Lloyd. I really think he's a good coach. I
like all these coaches. I actually do like all these coaches.
And look at Gonzaga's dropped down a little bit.
I know.
Lloyd was they called him the real guy that went overseas and found some games. And that was a super bad.
What? It wasn't Thailand, was it?
Yes.
Where did he? Which overseas did he go to?
Shush. Happy people. All right. I wanted Illinois.
Everybody's happy when you give them
wanted Illinois Zona, and I think we're going to get Illinois Michigan.
Right. I want Illinois Michigan, but I think we're going to get UConn Zona.
You're totally opposite then.
Okay. I thought you.
No, I just want to make sure I had that right. No, you're totally opposite of your wants versus your expectations.
Well, exactly. So
I had one still in there. I think the UConn bubble burst a little bit on that.
I think your UConn bubble burst. Hey, has it almost been 10 years? How old is Kaysen?
No. Only.
Ladies and gentlemen, we celebrate every 10 years here at the Weast House with a new child.
Shut up.
All right.
No, he's 6.
Oh, whoa. Is he the devil?
No, that was 7. 6.
All right, update on the game tonight. There is football going on. If you did not realize it, on April the 3rd, the D.C. Defenders are up 38-14 over the Columbus Aviators. Yes, UFL has started, baby. UFL. Tomorrow's game.
Defenders are Houston, correct?
The Defenders.
They're Washington, D.C.
Yeah,
I'm
they're
sorry.
D.C. I just said D.C.
I'm sorry. I don't.
Tomorrow's 7 p.m. game, which I kind of like the way that they have. Ooh, I didn't know there was going to be a Tuesday. I like the way they have this later game, so that way I can at least watch it. You've got the Louisville Kings versus the Orlando Storm, and there's that logo that I said looks like a Gatorade symbol.
Oh, kind of does.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Sunday, 5 p.m. on NFL Network.
Now hold on.
This is crazy.
Where's the Storm at?
Orlando.
Okay, because Seattle
just
Storm
said
is
the Orlando
no,
Storm.
but I was listening. I was thinking about the Storm because
Of course you
you had said Seattle Storm earlier, and that's the women's. I thought that's who you were talking about.
Oh no, the Sun.
Oh, Connecticut Sun. No, I was
Connecticut Sun.
before
no.
this podcast.
No.
Gotcha.
Birmingham Stallions with A.J. McCarron as a coach now, no longer trying to continue his quarterbacking career for the Cincinnati Bengals, while Joe Flacco and
Love the Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco. Hold on, the ginger. Who's the ginger? He's in Philly now.
Yeah, he's going to be the starter.
He played at TCU.
Yes, he's going to be the starter.
No, he started at TCU.
He's going to be the starter.
He was at the Panthers last year. Now he's in. What is his name?
The great red
He's
machine. What is his name?
he's got to be 40. Andy Dalton. He's got to be 45.
Andy's not 45.
So
Andy's younger than him.
Birmingham Stallions going against the
Andy's probably
Houston
I'm going to go
Gamblers.
38.
Houston.
Boom! Nailed it. 38.
Houston did change their name this season. They changed from the Roughnecks to the Gamblers.
Wow.
I guess it was
A lot
too
of gambling
close.
in Houston?
Every day with
Or is
your
that-
life.
Driving. On the freeways.
Then a rare Tuesday game on Fox Sports 1.
Rare! 6 people's going to watch this one instead
The
of 10.
Battlehawks versus the Renegades.
The Renegades. My man. Well, I can't-
No, but I'm going to tell you right now, looking at this schedule, so Fox is playing the current DC Defenders Aviators game, and Fox Sports 1 will have the Battlehawks Renegades on Tuesday. Do you think that this right here, this NFL Network, is a precursor to maybe
Funding?
the NFL might be trying to help fund? Because Sunday's game of the Stallions and Gamblers is going to be in
I
on
wouldn't
NFL
mind if
Network.
NFL did help out on this, and I think that
I told you, I've been saying this for
But
years,
here's the
that
deal.
they need this league. They need
but
this
here's-
developmental
but here's the-
league.
Here's the deal. What
Here's-
they needed to do, though,
Here's what
is
they
they needed to set it up in conjunction with current NFL teams and their owners, and then let them, because not every one of them is, obviously.
No.
And what some will say, well, by God, we need football in other parts of the town. Well, if your town was cool enough, you'd already have it.
Town or
so
states?
city, whatever.
States,
No,
yeah.
city. I mean, Orlando doesn't need a football team. They're gonna have one this year.
I
though.
agree with that.
But Jacksonville-
I honestly,
but kind of
agree
set
with
them
that.
up and have some conjoint shit or something.
Hold on. Here's another place that does not need a team that's got 2 teams. Columbus Aviators.
Well, they have hockey.
Kenny.
They've been so on that whole.
Think about where they are
Well,
in
you've
the
got
other 2 teams.
Oh, I get it. You got Cincinnati
The
and you got
Browns
Cleveland.
and the Bengals.
Yes. Ohio's not that cool.
Apparently it is. I keep going there. But we do, and I would like to see a shift more towards states that don't have. I know they're small TV markets. I don't agree that Oklahoma's a small TV market anymore. I think they're a mid-tier TV market.
They are.
I don't think that they're as small as Arkansas, because I do believe Arkansas is a small TV market.
It is.
I believe that Nebraska is a small TV market.
It is.
The Dakotas, small TV market. Montana,
Very.
very small, tiny.
Sure.
I think there's 30 people that live in that state. Idaho is growing. I think they would be a mid-tier, because there's a lot of people that live in Boise and all that.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
Wyoming, mid-tier.
Not even. They're the smallest state in the nation, population-wise, I believe.
I thought Montana was. Well, there's like 16 people that live in
No, I don't think that's at all.
But what I want to, but what I'm saying is, put these teams in these in these mid-tier markets, because these mid-tier markets are starting to build up. What are you looking at overall?
Just population. I mean, Oklahoma's got the 20th most populated city in Oklahoma City, and they've got the 48.
I'd rather see the team in Tulsa though, because the travel.
I don't think you're going to have that. I think 48, and I think
Kenny,
what kills Tulsa.
Kenny, let me tell you this right now. Thing that Tulsa has going for them, property.
And Tulsa's
They have the ability
and they're
to
a bit,
put it in.
and they're a bit cooler.
And the fact that we can still sustain a hockey team. I mean, there's a lot of people that are talking about hockey expansion and throwing Tulsa's name out there for it,
I agree.
which is crazy.
But you have to look though, Sean, and you see these percentage of
I know.
changes.
Yeah,
Percentage.
I know. The upsy downsy.
Well, no, Oklahoma City's 4% up, and Tulsa's up. And I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but Tulsa's up 0.5%. So, but you look at all the ones that are losing big
mostly
numbers.
California teams.
Memphis, Baltimore, Portland. And then
nobody wants to be. Hold on,
Francisco,
nobody wants to be stabbed.
San Jose.
You say Memphis and Baltimore, but nobody wants to be stabbed.
Philadelphia, Chicago, L.A., New York City, all are losing population. They're just damn big now. And New York is 8 million people. Jesus.
Apparently you can't get arrested.
That's a lot of damn people in that little area.
Dude, I lived in L.A.
No, I know. I mean, yeah, that's 3 million. But New York is almost triple the size.
So?
Triple.
People.
From L.A.
We got people.
I know. It's crazy.
You run into somebody you know.
But, I would agree the market is. I think the only thing that we might be able to support, and I've argued with Jeff on this too, my brother, football is not, and Zach too, football is not viable in Oklahoma. Especially now we're losing all these oil companies. And we have, folks. We've lost some people. Big business. We're viable for maybe hockey because you don't need the complete sponsorship. And we look at their contracts.
I don't.
But you need money to give.
Hold on.
It ain't just fan-based.
I don't completely agree with the football analysis.
God, that's a low-scoring game.
I believe that you put a UFL team and build it.
Oh, I just don't think that gets the hype.
We're not a professional. Hockey professional, yes, absolutely.
Very possible, yes.
Baseball,
no.
Iffy.
No.
Even in Oklahoma City is iffy. I'm just saying in the state total.
And you would have to do it
In
like
the state
Texas
total.
did. I was just talking to somebody the other day about Texas Stadium, how great it is because they.
I was too. I honestly,
they wised up and they were like, and we went to
somebody
like,
different. And I
hell
was like,
yeah, it's in a dome. It's because generational. We're mid-40s. We're on the fringe of a little bit below us. Really doesn't care about baseball, but everybody above us does and loves it.
Well,
and it's too damn hot for grandma and grandpa to set out in Texas heat.
But also there are the kids that are below them that are starting to care about baseball now. There's a weird gap.
It's reciprocal. It is a big gap.
There's a weird gap. Now, currently, women's Final Four, Texas.
Got a barn burner here.
Oh, it's after two periods. Oh God, Texas women are at 17 and UCLA women are at 20. I did not expect. I figured a 30-40.
Well, you look at 37 at halftime, and South Carolina and UConn finished at 120. So, going to be quite the difference there.
So, baseball season started?
Say what now?
I just said baseball season started.
They did. Just because you saw your team won one, which was a good win. Actually.
No, I'm just saying that baseball season has started. I don't know if we announced that last week. NBA and
well, no,
NFL.
Keep it on basketball real quick.
Okay. Well, in the NBA.
Not that basketball. Let's keep it on college basketball. All right.
Oh, we were going to Tulsa.
No shit. That's what I was going to say. One thing you're missing, the biggest thing, is another team in the championship.
Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Did you not see my brain trying to...
spin, smoke, and smell? Yes, I heard it and smelt it. Yes, Tulsa, the Hurricane, currently 30-7. They'll play the team I knew was going to be the first-place team on that. Yeah, Auburn was just right there.
Auburn was like
almost
OU.
In the
Auburn was like OU. They were just on the verge.
So they got to play in Hinkle and tried to blow it, I thought. Tulsa ended up beating New Mexico, which is a good New Mexico team, 74-69.
I don't think they tried to blow it against New Mexico.
No, it's just their lead.
I think they tried to blow it against Wichita State.
Well, yeah, they did that too.
That was a weird game.
But didn't they win big in that one, though, at the end?
I think did that not go to overtime?
No, that was in the... Or maybe it did. Shit, I don't know.
I thought...
Man, let me look it up. Look it up. We'll talk about... So Eric Conkle's got his team in the championship. They played Thursday night. They're going to play. Excuse me. They're going to play Sunday against Auburn.
Here.
They'll get to go. Yeah, at the Indianapolis Stadium, whatever they call that.
Gamebridge.
Yes, and
Sorry,
Auburn's
for some reason I can't say Aramara, but Kenny can't say Gamebridge.
I didn't even read it. I thought it was going to be the other state. So this is 5.5 point favorites. Auburn is. And they killed Illinois State, which Illinois State was kind of a surprise team. They were the 4th seed, so they kept just kind of going through the tournament and working it. So good for them. They'll get to go watch the semifinals.
Yeah.
In a suite.
It wasn't overtime, but it was Wichita State that Tulsa tried to blow it to.
Oh, yeah. They had that big-ass lead.
79-83.
Yes.
You're up 52-36 coming into the second half, and you give up 43-31. So, yeah, you really did try to blow that game.
That one
and
was,
that was the game that I thought you were talking about.
No. They did try. They really, but they got up so big on them, and I
I know.
kind of got bored with it too. And then you're kind of watching, like, oh my god, here we go.
Here comes the comeback.
All right, Stephen Pearl's got his Auburn team. Like I said, was first 4 out.
Stephen
in
Pearl.
Bruce Pearl's son. He'll be gone in 2 years.
Oh.
Cute.
And see, here's a game that we have a better spread on. Auburn 5.5. Over under 160.5. They expect this to be a fun game.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. They do expect Tulsa to lose.
I'm gonna go
win.
under, and I'm gonna go Auburn wins. So
That was
80 and 80. I mean, that's 80 points apiece. That's kind of high.
Well, that's what I picked for our thing that I'm out of now.
But that's 160.
It's 164. Is what I went.
You know what mine was? 88 total. So Hunter catches me and she said, "You're a fool." Well, I had Houston in the championship. So that game that Houston played before they lost, Houston only had like 20-something points going into halftime. And I was like, I screenshot it. I was like, I told you this is not that far-fetched.
Yeah, you were going heavy defense.
I was going very heavy defense.
Yeah, 40 points each.
Yeah. Well, 44-40 was my final. It's not going over. I just thought it would be closer and everyone would go 80 and 80 apiece. I thought I would get closer by going lower.
Anyways, matchup Tulsa-Auburn.
Auburn wins.
I think Auburn wins. I really, really, really hope Tulsa does win.
Me too.
Sunday,
but hey,
April 5th,
Eric
7 p.m.
Eric Conkle, you're already looking for jobs. We hear you already interviewed for Boston College.
Oh, did he really?
Mm-hmm.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Why can't Tulsa pay? Why won't Tulsa pay at this point?
I don't know.
What are we trying to pay for?
But he's already looking, so if he's looking, those players are looking.
We trying to keep our rowing team and tennis team
and
going?
I didn't bitch about that. He disappointed me a little bit in that one because he's not got any connection to Boston College. It was the only big job he saw.
I know.
I
see where you're coming
but-
from. I completely understand.
But it was more the thing. It's like, hey,
These are the people that gave
if
me
you
a
win
chance.
next year, we hired you from Louisiana, and you went from Louisiana to Tulsa. You thought that was an upgrade, which it is. But if you win next year, you're going to have your choice of a lot of damn jobs. Because he's never had a winning record before at Tulsa since he's been there. This is his first. And
so he's just saying, this is the first time I'm going now.
Danny Manning did. That's what I say. Remember, Danny made it to the tournament his first year at Tulsa and goes, I'm going to go to Wake and suck. And he did. And his replacement has done well. Sometimes it just doesn't work.
And now in what we call the crown jewel of basketball, University of Oklahoma, I do believe, tried to blow this one against Colorado.
So I'm going to
90-86.
Yeah, pause right there.
Okay.
I have
That was an
found,
overtime win.
as I've gotten older, that basketball is the most stressful sport to watch. It is. Because the lulls, the highs, the lows. It wears me. In football,
Here's the
don't
deal.
you know about third quarter if OU's probably going to win or not? You know what I mean? As football, you watch basketball, they're up by 20. And then at
Here's
the
the
end of the
deal.
fourth, you're like, shit. Or into the half.
Here's the deal. You've never been a Bears fan at the beginning of a game or season.
True.
To where you're just, because you're a Buccaneers fan, you know that you go 500, you're in the playoffs.
In the playoffs. Not this year. Last place. I'm hoping for it.
But you've never been a White
Bowles
Sox
is done.
fan watching their team just implode.
Yeah, but you've won one. Mine hasn't won since like 19.
I get it. I got to watch my team win.
Yeah, 1 year.
It was great, though. Blackhawks, got to watch them win. Bulls, watch them win.
Oklahoma 90, Colorado 86. Colorado's missing a really good scorer too.
They were.
So,
He did not play in that game.
And then you had Baylor in the nightcap. They beat Minnesota. We play Baylor. Is it?
Let's get to
Saturday?
the next game.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Yeah. So the next day for the crown jewel, you had
No
Stanford, West Virginia.
No,
West Virginia
no
beat,
surprises in these. I don't even know why Rutgers
Creighton,
is doing there 14 and 20.
Rutgers.
Do they have
money? It's all
no,
about. It's
I
all
know
about
why
the
they're
money.
there. I'm not sure why they were invited. is my point. And has the NIT got more prestige than the Crown now?
I thought the NIT always had more prestige.
But, I mean, they're paying money, straight cash. $500,000 the winner gets. And the players get a piece of that.
I know, but I always thought that...
I get the prestige, but I'm talking, is it all about the money now?
It is now. Yeah. But I always thought that the NIT was the number 2. Like, if you weren't good enough to get there, that the NIT was...
No, I get it, but Oklahoma turned it down, and they figured...
they wanted straight cash.
Sure, I would too.
Yeah, exactly. So, April 4th, 12:30 p.m. on Fox, Oklahoma versus Baylor. We have a 20-15 Oklahoma versus a 17-16.
I've always thought from the beginning when I looked at it, it's going to be the top high seeds. Oklahoma, West Virginia should match.
Was West Virginia high seed? I don't even.
Yeah, those were the 2 best teams in there. Yes.
But hey, this is everybody getting to hang out in Vegas for like.
You damn right it is. Yes, and get paid.
Because
after you win one game, those players made money.
Mm-hmm.
And
that is the reason why Oklahoma went there, to keep their players there and keep them in money.
Correct. I'm going to try to find, though.
He's trying to find, though.
No. I was going to see how they did it because, man, I wished I would have saved that because it was pretty funny. Because 500,000's total Neal pool. And then payouts are performance-based with 50 for quarterfinal, 100 for semifinal, 300 for the champion.
And I believe this might have been not OU as a team. I believe this might have been the new GM, along with Porter Mosier, saying this is a way for us to get
AD.
Or AD, whatever.
Yeah.
This is the way for
Roger.
us to get. This is a way for us to get money. We know that we're better than a lot of these teams. This is a way for us to get the money that we need to keep these kids here or bring in other kids.
Hell, I don't blame them. I mean,
I don't either.
You're playing more. The gap was very long. I do think that was a long gap.
Yeah, you set off for an entire month.
But I kind of wonder if that keeps some of them portal kids there for a minute. I mean, you think about it, because they're not already.
Hold on, when is
it's next week? It's the day after the championship.
The 7th.
Whatever the day of the championship
April
is.
7th?
It's that Monday. Yes, 7th. It's Tuesday. Yes, April 7th. Yes. So that's when the portal officially.
Porter. Hey, Porter.
I got Porter on my mind.
Hey, Porter. No, when is it open?
Yeah, but so those players get a little money too as it goes on.
Yeah, and I want to say that's a good thing for those kids is to get the money to say, hey, stay here.
Well,
officially opens April 7th.
Yeah. And if you know,
but many players have made their intentions clear.
All right. Anything else?
I honestly do not.
The Bears lost 2 offensive linemen though this year, and they're not. That's not good.
Didn't we bring some back?
No, but your center retired, and Joe Tooney retired just recently. I'm like, what are we doing?
We already picked those up. That was a long time ago.
Dude, they were just new. They quit this year. You lost 2 offensive linemen to retirement. You lost your center and you lost a guard.
I think you're looking at old story.
I don't think so. But go ahead.
Chicago Bears athletic shirt. I was looking that up.
Oh, cool.
I want one that's like that Roger State that I have. That breathable one.
What about it?
I'm looking for Bears shirt and OU shirts.
Gotcha.
I like those shirts. I like the way they feel. Comfortable in my body. Chicago.
No, I was looking at. Let's
go. Let's just do player update. Is it player update? Should I do that?
No, I don't think so. Sorry, we got some
reasonably
dead
dumb.
time. Okay, now we did talk about Rashee Rice.
Okay, so Drew Dahlman announced his retirement on March 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
After just one season with him, I knew that. And Tooney, I thought we let him go. I didn't even think he was still there.
No, he just signed. And maybe it was Dahlman. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we got Bradbury.
But he ain't any good. He's not that good. Trust me.
Doesn't matter.
But you had to get him because your other center retired earlier this year.
Well, I got that. That's why we had gotten Bradbury. So I wasn't really worried about it. He's a seasoned veteran. He only signed a 3-year contract.
Chicago Bears are now actually into the Tyreek Hill market.
Oh, please, no. No.
obviously incentive-based contract. It's probably going to be cheap for a team.
Did you see that Odell Beckham Jr. is meeting with New York Giants or somebody?
To do what?
I don't know.
Sign and retire?
Yeah.
That's what he should do.
I don't remember. He was with it for something. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back next week. Maybe a Thursday, maybe a Friday. I don't know what Kenny's got going on with
Well, we'll definitely talk about
He's got a bad work-life balance.
The Final Four, obviously, will be done. We'll talk championship next week. We'll get into, obviously, basketball. Portal will be huge, and it's going to be big draft talk. We didn't talk any draft talk tonight. But I'm telling you, Raiders.
Spring ball should be
Raiders,
yeah.
too. Raiders, listen.
I'm sorry. When I say spring ball, I mean football.
Consider trading. Hey, one real quick thing I had on my notes. Congratulations, Kirk Cousins. Another big fatty deal at the Raiders.
Forgot about Kirk Cousins. That man lands.
And it's a guaranteed one. But actually, when you look at it, it's really fat to look at, but it's only 1 year guaranteed.
I know, but he always lands.
Raiders.
God, how does he?
Don't take Mendoza. Let him be your quarterback for 1 year.
No, they want to take Cousins with Mendoza as the.
I know this. Don't draft him. I'm just telling you, trade it. Trade it, trade it, trade it. I'll say it every week. We'll see you next week.
Remember to like and subscribe. I love you, everybody.